My name is Jesse Murray, District Manager of Jimmy Jazz District 3, and this is my story on Black influence. I grew up in Bronx, New York. I grew up with my younger sister, my younger brother, and my mom's. It was kind of rough in those areas, but my mother influenced me in a way where I stayed out of trouble. I tried my best to stay out of trouble. So she guided me and kept me on, going to school and kept me focused on doing the positive things in life. One of the defining moments for me as a sales associate was, I was helping a customer. A customer actually approached me and wanted to know the difference between one shoe and another shoe, or one sneaker and another sneaker. And I couldn't answer that question. And it made me feel powerless at the moment. And another associate comes over, he was a full-timer, and he knew a little bit more than I did, and he kind of stole that sale. So I was left there feeling embarrassed. So what I did was I went to my manager. I asked him, well, how can I learn about footwear? How can I learn about the differences between one product and another product? Because I want to be more efficient at it. He gave me one of the modules, and he says, look, you can read through this. I said, well, can I take it home? I want to take it home. I want to go through it and see what I can pull from it. And he goes, well, you got to return it because, it belongs to the store. I said, well, no problem. So that night I took it home and I ended up staying up all night, trying to pull from the information from that particular book. And I had a little composition, like notepad, that I filled up that same night with just different things, different aspects of shoes and how to break down the foot form and function and what's the difference between upper materials and lower materials. So I got more educated, and it helped me on the sales floor, come across to the customer. Most of the times my sales technique was to let the customer know the features and benefits, and most of the features and benefits were placed on the package. So if I said socks are 85% cotton, 10% nylon, 5% elastic, they have a 1-year unconditional guarantee, and then I place it in the customer's hand. The customer comes away like, oh, this guy knows everything about socks, or he's an expert in this particular field. So I gained the customer's confidence. The customer wants to buy more from me, and we all leave the work area happy. So, but it may seem like I'm a genius, but I'm not. All I did was read off the contents of the package. The first thing you learn is the last thing you remember. So I try to be impactful and try not to draw the training out. I think every day should be a time to pull a person out and point out some things that they can be better at. We were trained to eavesdrop on sales. So if I walk by and you're selling to a customer and you don't put an insole in that, then I would try to jump in there and then show the insole, and then show you that if you showed it by putting it in to the shoe and you represented the product the way it should be represented, it could sell, But if you don't offer it, then you lose that opportunity. So that was pretty much my strategy there. Just be hands-on, and then to make sure that these guys have a clear understanding of the features and benefits of the product and when to pitch it. What made me work for Jimmy Jazz was the opportunity and growth. I just seen where Jimmy Jazz is. I just seen there was so much opportunity that for me, myself, and for the company also. And I wanted to be part of that growth. I wanted to be part of that direction. And he gave me an opportunity. Jimmy Jazz gave me an opportunity to be part of it. One of the stories that stands out to me the most about helping someone succeed is a young lady named Jennifer. Jennifer came to me as a cashier, and she was a little rough around the edges. She's still a little rough around the edges, actually, but she took the job serious. She came in. I didn't have an issue. I don't recall having an issue with lateness. I don't recall having an issue with registers. She kept my registers, safe and organized. So I get promoted to district manager in Virginia, DC. I get a phone call from her. Jesse, you know what, they're thinking about promoting me to full-time, but I'm not sure, I don't think I want to do it. I'm like, what? I said, you were great at what you did. Like, I mean, even you used to come away from the cash wrap. Like, you weren't stuck at the cash wrap. That wasn't your only desire. I saw you sell. I seen you coach other people to sell. And you showed desire to succeed. So I think you'd be fantastic for the position. So about a month later, I hear from her again, says she took the position and they transferred to another store and she was doing well, which to me, I was like, all right, I knew that was gonna happen. You're gonna be successful at it. But honestly, I didn't know she was gonna take it to the lengths, to the depths of where she took it. She actually, years later, I come back to the city and she's been promoted from store to store to store, and not small stores. She's ran all the big powerhouse stores, Roosevelt Field, Queens Center. You know, now she's in Harlem in the same store she started with me with. So, and she's a manager trainer, and she talks to me as if I gave her like the world, like I gave her that path. I says, no, you did it. Like, I didn't do anything. And she thanks me for doing this for her, and my co-manager, of course, Vincent. And she talks about us and how we influenced her. And I didn't see how much of an impact I had on a person's, you know, direction. One influence I would like to leave on the people that I come in contact with is that make the best out of the time you have with the people that you can share with. I think that we spend 85% of our time with the people that we work with, and that's more time than you spend with your own family, you know. And I think that most of that time you can make some good relationships with some good people, you know, that down the road would make sense. Like, it may not make sense to you now, but down the road, it may make sense.